Good afternoon, teenagers. Hope you guys are keeping safe and sound. Let's kick off this discussion with our topic on Shoshin. As I promised in my last video, I will be discussing some of the ways and means of how to embrace Shoshin in our day-to-day lives. So this video is going to be super exciting, and hence I would request all of you to be with me till the end of the video. Before we delve into the ways and means, let's quickly talk about a little bit more on Shoshin. So, as per the Jain Buddhism theory, Shoshin is all about accepting the things as is. Whereas most of the time what happens is that our mind is bogged down by the expertise theory, and what it does, it closes off our consciousness, which is required to be inspired and to be compassionate. As per the teacher Shunryu Suzuki, in the state of an open mind, there are many possibilities, whereas in the state of an expert mind there are few. And this is very, very true. Let me take an example. So what happens when someone younger to you reaches you with a suggestion? So you as a teenager must have thrown out his suggestion saying that, hey kid, I'm older to you, so you have to follow me. And what is interesting is that you must be hearing the same thing from your parents as well. So they say that, hey, I'm your dad, so don't teach me. So in all the three stages of life, what is common? The common thing is that we all try to become an expert, and which hinders our ability to be an open-minded person. I would like to give you an exercise. So if you get an opportunity to interact with a little kid, maybe 5 months or 6 months or 7 months old, you will realize that as soon as you talk to that kid, so even though that kid will not understand anything, but he will throw you a smile on you. And gradually what will start happening is that he will start recognizing you. And as soon as you will communicate, he will try to also communicate back. But soon you will also be realizing that he will not be throwing a smile to each and every one as he start growing old. So what is happening? So in the background, he has started recognizing the faces. So he has started becoming an expert of understanding that who are his friends and who are not his friends. So in theory, when the same kid was 5 months or 6 months old, he did not have that ability of recognizing the faces of each and every one. And that's where the kid was throwing a smile to all of the people he is meeting. But gradually, as he started becoming younger, he started getting into that state of mind. And now you recall, as a teenager, you have come a long way from those years. And you have started thinking that you are already an expert on few things. And that's where the problem start creeping in. And as we start growing, what starts happening is that we try to bake in the information that we already know when we are trying to learn few things. And this is all a part of the learning process. But what Shoshin tells us, it tells us that we have to be looking at the things from the eyes of a child. We have to be listening at the things from the ears of a child. We have to carry a curious mindset as a child. And you will find many instances wherein you will start thinking that why I have become so old in terms of understanding the things, and why I do not accept the new ideas and all those things. Because we have started becoming an expert on certain things, and that's where we lose our excitement on all those things. So I would give you one very simple sentence which you have to carry with yourself throughout your life, and I promise you that this will bring you a different mindset to tackle different situations in your life. So you have to start learning, falling in love with something that you already know. So even if you know something, your love for that thing should not stop. And that's where you will get into this state of being an open-minded person. So keep talking to your juniors, keep talking to your seniors, means to your parents. Keep challenging yourself that why they are behaving in a certain way, why I am behaving in a certain way, why the kids are behaving in a certain way. So there is a logic behind everything. Okay, so this was a little revisit on the topic of Shoshin, but keep in mind that being into an open state of mind is a very simple statement, but it will need guts to embrace it. So there are three elements which you will be needing in this journey or in every journey. So the first is that awareness, so which I think you have already done, because you are now aware about what an open-mindedness is. The second thing is that you have to practice this consciously, and the third thing is that your intention. Okay, so keep finding the people around you. You can find your seniors in your parents, in your grandparents. You can find your juniors in terms of the kids, and you will find a hell lot of difference between how these peoples are behaving differently. Yeah, so now it's time to talk about few ways and means of getting into this Shoshin mindset. So remember, as a kid, we were never hesitant to ask questions. So what happened to us now? So the first thing is that you do not have to be afraid of asking the dumb questions. Remember, most of us are shying from asking questions. Why? Because it is a state of mind. Second thing, you have to focus on the questions and not the answers. Why we focus on the answers? Because we know that we already know. And the third would be that behave like a child. If you find an opportunity, go visit a nursery class and go visit class 4th, 5th and onwards. You will find a difference. In the upper classes, there will be all silence. Only few kids would be speaking. Whereas in the junior classes, in the nursery side of things, it will be all noise and fun. So what has happened to us? From the beginning days, we have come to a point wherein we think that we are experts. We should not be asking these questions. Yeah. So with this, I'm hoping that you will start the second step of starting to practice this consciously, because you are now aware about it. Keep finding the opportunities and keep practicing it. In the next video, I will be sharing some of the stories from some parts of the world, and you will find that some big names are already relying too much on this theory, and it's a global concept. Okay. And last but not the least, again, you have to be curious. Always listen, and listen. And that's where you will get into a point wherein your cup will always be empty whenever you are trying to learn something. Wish you all the very best, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.